One thing that I've learned is the universe will, something will pop up, and you have to ask, why is that popping up? What does this mean? And I just received an email a second ago that says, and while I'm saying listen to me, I'm also at the same time saying listen to yourself, which is kind of a contradiction because I'm making all of these videos saying, listen to me. But the message behind this is don't listen to me. Listen to yourself. I'm only trying to share what I've experienced and see if it works for you. Look back at your life and reverse mechanics the actions that created something that you loved, and then reverse mechanics something that you hated. What was going on that made everything work out perfectly for you, and what was going on in your own mind when everything negative happened with you? So I know it's a contradiction, and I've been trying to understand, okay, how do you share this information without contradicting yourself? And it's almost like dealing with insanity. And I don't know what the answers are of how to communicate this information without contradicting myself. All I can do is express what has happened to me and the information that I found and that has worked for me. And if this information works for you, great. If it doesn't, great. I'm in support of whatever works for everyone. But I happen to have found this information extremely helpful, and um, I'm coming from a source of love for humanity. I have no hate inside me. Um, I'm not perfect. I'm still in process. But the closer and closer I experience unconditional love, the clearer and clearer my answers get. So, this is where I'm coming from. I'm going to keep reading on from this book. Again, if you happen to agree with it, part of what I can see is we need to share this information with as many people as possible. So rate it, mirror this information, subscribe, do what you can to try and share people only if you agree with this. If you disagree with it, then continue on with what you think is best for you. What led me into the Soviet Union was a question: why should we, the American people, or any other people, spend hundreds of billions of dollars each year on war games? All the information we need on how to end this seamless, endless struggle is available now. All the technology we need to solve the problems of the planet is right in front of us. We live on a smorgasbord of abundance and opportunity. Still, we are locked into information systems that create famine, deprivation, ignorance, and war. Must we waste more limited resources? Why? Are we so programmed that we are compelled to destroy life? If so, I want to change the program. I am the program transformer. I know the science, psychologies, philosophies, beliefs, and the technologies necessary. In this conscious world, reality is multidimensional. Problems in one dimension are only solutions waiting to unfold from another dimension. To understand the multidimensional nature of consciousness, we need to understand some of the new sciences such as quantum physics, information theory, and holographics, to mention a few. Quantum physics is the most accurate and comprehensive approach ever devised for understanding the laws of nature. It is responsible for more than 40% of all new inventions. It helped harness the power of the atom and helped get us to the moon. It can also help us understand the hidden dimensions of consciousness and the mechanisms of human behavior. It is time we begin to explore reality from a quantum perspective where every set of circumstances is driven by potential and problems are challenges created by their solution. From this view, there are solutions to every problem. We can look into hyperspace, that reality beyond the speed of light, where we find our counterparts in reality. In my life, this one discovery eclipsed all others. In hyperspace, we find the multidimensional information sources that hold our reality in place. Where we acknowledge it or not, whether we acknowledge it or not, we are inseparably connected to hyperspace. We now know how the connections take place through the microtubulars of the body. We are quantum in nature, connected to everything. From information theory and vortex science, we learn how everything is dynamic, filled with constant change. From holographics, we glimpse into the projective nature of everything, from black holes to negative thinking. I am getting ahead of myself, but I realize some of you may want to know what I could possibly have been doing in the Soviet Union and what I could have been teaching that would make any difference at all. If you don't know much about science, psychology, or reality, be assured that life is not that complicated. This fascinating dance of life has a scientific explanation for everything, from the mountain metals to consciousness itself. Anyone can experience the whole dynamic. It's material of choice and focus. Once I choose to focus, I awaken to the hidden depths of consciousness. Since that time, I have been the same. I have never been the same. Life has never been the same. Everything I do has taken on meaning, profound meaning. Every person I meet makes a difference. Natural responses to my presence. The mountain meadow exists in a state of presence, and I allow myself to share in that presence. I became more alive, connected to life. I discover life everywhere has the sense of presence. This is not euphoric or some artificial high. It does not require drugs or outside influence. It is our natural state of being. It is presence. Presence is the state of being wherein one is aligned with one's full potential self. Presence is the essence of consciousness. It is so vital. I want to give you another example of power of presence. So I will tell you about my experience with the manta. This is really, really friggin' amazing. The experience demonstrates the profound presence within nature. I share this experience because it took place underwater in the ocean. It shows universal consciousness is everywhere, in the tops of the mountains and even underwater. This will get into a fairly long state, but basically what he's about to explain is he was swimming with a manta in the ocean, and he wondered what it felt like to be a manta. And then all of a sudden, like magic, he starts communicating perfectly with this sea creature. And he started to experience life from a completely different dimension, from the dimension of a manta. And the only way I can sort of understand that this guy's experiences are real is the fact that one of my daughters is like a horse whisperer. She can communicate with animals like I've never seen. And personally, if I connect with the animals that she brings home, I can really feel what they're saying. I can feel when they're in pain. I can feel when they're hungry. It's just like having a baby. I've had 4 children. You can feel and sense what a baby needs. They don't have language, but you can sense what they need. So there is a communication beyond words that we connect with other people. We can definitely experience something completely different. And from what this guy's saying, his life has never been the same. Trust me, after I started reading this stuff, you go into a completely different dimension. There's basically no going back. Once you understand this, it'll be hard to communicate with other people while they're in a different mindset when they can't see the reality going on and you do, It's very, very hard to communicate with other people, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. Um, so I'll continue on. I'll find another portion of this to read that I think is valuable. Peace out. Love to you.